com susuka labali bakibri Congo simbrankita bamunankita. Bamunankita bakunaling bangkanga bakunan bangsa. Bangkang diang pemba basong dembang. Titik Congo ganga bakuyang. Pinanisi mayo maya mabagisi kumbi. Pakan diang pembarri mentoto tinembio kosungko sama. Engo yaya lumba lumba.
Hello. Good evening, ladies. How are you all?
Engo yaya lumba lumba. Engo yaya kwendenganga. Una pinalo Congo wasi.
Trying to give people a little bit of time that's gonna come in here, because I didn't tell nobody I was coming, and here I miss. You know, y'all know how I do. Y'all gotta keep y'all alerts on. Hello, Black Water. Hello. Welcome one, welcome all. Hey, look, Josie. Hello, one and all. Welcome.
How y'all doing?
I have my little sister here. She's grown.
Yeah.
But this is my baby. Aqua Ashe in the building. After she graduated college, she came to stay with me and this poor child.
Y'all, I've been learning ever since. I've been getting edges snatched way before. Oh, come on, y'all.
She asked me, she said, does it ever stop? I said, what? She said, the learning. I said, no, bitch. No. They sat you here with me for a reason. We gonna get you right. Y'all, she never get the chance to get out there and lose her shit. I got her. I had taken a few questions earlier. I'm not really gonna get to the questions tonight. There's one in particular, though, that had us both in here a little bit off. So we're going to address that, and we'll go from there. Yeah. Okay, we can read. Do you want to give us, like, people are still coming in? Hi, Boy Venus. I'm trying to give people a little bit of more time to come, and I see more people are coming in. Emmanuel Medina. Hello, my love. Welcome. We had to stop the music. I didn't want them to cut my video because of the music, so they do that after a moment. I need that type of intensing in my life. Yes, internship in your life. You say that now.
Right. When you can't take days off from learning.
Right.
Get back to me.
There are no days off around here. She may get one or two when she runs away and comes back. I gotta start looking for her after the third or fourth day. I'm on her phone like, yo, fam. It's been 3 days. I understand that COVID is in effect and that people are working from home. However, get your ass. Your altar's looking dusty, yo. Get it back. You got 24 hours. Not playing with her.
And then I bring my
And then she brings her behind back home, right? So she's gonna read the question, and we're gonna climb on that person's back real quick.
From the beginning.
Yeah. Adamisa.
So Adamisa, I attended. A spirit came down on one of the mediums, and the spirit said to someone else who was there that if you keep ignoring your spirit guides, one of them is going to come down on you in public to make you look crazy. Part 2 of the question: why is it that some spirit guides will go to these extents to get their person's attention, while other guides don't mind not being acknowledged?
Did everybody hear that question? Somebody let me know. She speaks a little bit lower. You know, y'all know I'm loud as hell.
She's like a dove.
She's like a dove. A little chirp, chirp. Did y'all hear her? Somebody let me know. So the question was in reference to being at a misa and someone's guide coming down, the person being mounted, telling them that if they keep ignoring them, that they would mount them in public and embarrass them and have people looking at them like they were crazy. Mm-hmm. So the person's question was, why is it that some guides seem okay with they'll you heard it. Thank you, Josie.
Thank you guys.
So the response to that is nobody's okay with being ignored.
No.
What would make you think that? Because your guides weren't as vocal as hers were. How far are you in your steps? You can't compare what happened in that ceremony from you and her. Your guides are different from hers. You don't know her situation. Your guides may have just not wanted to speak in front of those people and present themselves. They may not have been comfortable. They may have been those types of guides that only want privacy when discussing certain topics when it comes to your spiritual walk. Okay? They may have very well be over you right now, right? You're asking the question, which means that you want some type of communication from them to you. Okay, so what are you doing within your walk to build that communication with them? Do you know who they are? Have you had your own personal misa done where it's just you and your guides and these people that are conducting the misa so that you can get the direct information just from them to you? Do you know that you're ignoring them and you're waiting for them to come and flip on you? I have so many questions where that's concerned, but you can't compare yours to theirs. Some people's guides are just free where they just like whatever. Other people's guides are old school by the book and they don't play that. They are checking everybody and everything, and if there's anything funky going on in that room, they're not talking to you or them in that moment. So you must allow for the space and the connection between you and them. First and foremost, to check out whoever you're planning to do your misa with. Right? Because they may not like them. And it'll be a quiet storm for you in there because they won't talk. Maybe she picked them up and now she's running. Let's look at everything. Right. So, right. For them to do that, there has been so much that, because they said clearly, if you keep ignoring us, that means she called on them. Now she's not taking responsibility. Design. That's right. You keep ignoring us. That means you can hear us. You can see us. You know we're communicating with you. You straight up ignoring us at this point. Oh, we gonna fix you.
You can't leave your ancestors on red.
Your ancestors or your spirit guides. Let me tell you something. You can have blocks in place for other people's guides to get to you. But once you open Pandora's box, you're not blocking your own guides. They going with. Remember your paperwork? You agreed to this. Your Ori allows it. It's in your contract. They didn't come out the blue and say, listen, I'm going to just start boopity boopity. No. This is part of your walk. This is part of your letter. This is part of your road. This is part of your life. This go around. So, either you do it all the way or leave it alone. Sometimes when you open that door, they're not letting you leave it alone. You shouldn't have touched it. Or it's your walk regardless of how fast you run. So what's going to happen? They will snatch you and jump you in public because they know that that's embarrassing for you. You will end up locked up somewhere. If you're not going to do the work that you said you were going to do, then you're not going to do anything else. Period. If that is what that person's walk is, that's it. She shouldn't have started. She went to the misa. Oh. So clearly she tippy-toeing and dibbling and dabbling and hokey-pokey in it, and they like, nah, that's called a check. They checked up just that you grab them by the scruff of their neck. Yeah. That was her last warning as well. Don't allow yours to get to that.
Right.
Get your shit in order. Excuse me. Do what you're supposed to be doing, and you won't have these questions. Book your own private Misa. See, this is another thing. Everybody wants to be a part of a Misa. Nobody's messing with y'all. We don't know y'all like that, right? So the only time that we'll know what's up with you if we don't know you is if you pay for a Misa. Once we figure, because the Spirit gonna tell it all about you anyway, right? If we choose to invite you back to a Misa or something like that afterwards, then that's on us after that. But going into it, and nobody's inviting you to just come and wallow around a Misa. No. There are very few places that would allow you to do like an open Misa where there's just a bunch of strangers in a room. Absolutely not. We don't play like that. That's too many different energies that we don't know nothing about, and we're not doing that. If you don't know them, or if you tell them you don't want nothing from the beginning, they will respect you. Trust me. But who knows does not die. He who knows does not die like he who don't. That's right, Emmanuel. No hokey pokey. I say it all the time. You cannot hokey pokey with Spirit. They not having that. They see what it is. They know what you're doing. And don't come knocking on this door if you don't want to be part of this. You don't woke them up. Now, that's like you walking to the bear's cave, taking a stick, tapping on the cave. The bear comes out, and you like, oh, never mind. The bear's like, hold up, homie. Why you knocking on my door? And if yours are just not, you did everything you're supposed to be doing, and now it's mute, what did you do? Because they will ignore you if you ignoring them. Some of them are like that. Some of them ain't going to say, oh, we going to drag you. Some of them will be like, let's see how she swings without us.
And step to the left.
And step to the left. I say it all the time, everybody's guides are different. Everybody's spirits are different. Everybody's bloodline is different. So the way that your people operate and the way that someone else's people operate is not the same at all whatsoever. What you had to say?
Just, you can't compare your journey to other people's. If you continue to do that, you'll never feel comfortable within your own growth. Like, if you realize that you have to take steps for you, and to not rush into things. If you're not ready to make the commitment, then don't jump into it.
Right.
It's okay. It's okay to say that you're not ready to fully do that. But realize and recognize what you're saying that you're not ready for. You're not ready to elevate. You're not ready to advance. You're not ready to have foundation. You're not ready to be grounded. You're not ready to find out what your purpose is in this life, so you can actually be doing what the fuck what you're supposed to be doing in this life to help people and contribute to society. Like, think about what you're saying no to. But if you're not ready for that, don't make the commitment.
Right. Very much so. Everybody has their own destiny and life path. Right. And if you are really, really trying to get on that and do that, then you're going to do all that you can to make sure that you get to where you're supposed to be in life. And do it for real. You know? It is not so much of this social media thing. This shit is hard work. It is a lot, and you have to be willing and ready to make the proper changes and discipline yourselves in order to do what you say you're going to do. You have to think of these energies as if you had someone's child in your house for the weekend. You can't ignore that child. A child wants attention. A child wants you to acknowledge them, you know? You had a cat or a dog in the house. You don't walk around and ignore your cat or your dog. And these are the people, the guides, the spirits that are protecting you and looking out for you. You can't do that. And think that, you know, you could go do a money ritual. You're not getting no money. And she's lucky that they aren't blocking her money. Come on, Emmanuel, stay out my head. And she's lucky that they aren't blocking her money, her love, or her growth in general. They being sweet by advising you. Exactly. Letting you first and foremost hear the possibility of what we could be doing to you. So could you please get it right? Before we even have to go there, we're letting you hear that this is some shit. This goes down in the DM. In IRL, in real life. So, if you see it for somebody else, don't even allow yourself to be in that position. Get on your job. You at the Misa too. There's a reason why you were there. There's a reason why you heard that. There's a reason why you asked a question in reference to that. You're next. How about that? Go to another Misa and don't come home and do what you're supposed to be doing as far as they're concerned. Watch. Because I guarantee when you book your Misa, when you finally find the people to do that and they come down, they going to skin you. They going to rip rip you a new one. They're going to tell you about yourself. And then they're going to help you. And then you're going to help yourself. They may be waiting for just you and them, and when it's for you. Not a group of people. Not that. I had a lot of questions from... let me tell you something. The random questions from people that have godparents. I'm going to say this. Your koyales, your ileques, when they pop in where we're from, that means that something's been broken, something's been caught, something's been done, something has been worked, something's come to completion, and that you need to go and speak to your elder. That ileke pops, they usually replace it. Some of them don't do it for free. I don't know how it works. I don't know how your munaso, your ilea, I don't know how y'all work, right? But you get another one. It's not you now. You don't have it anymore, right? Then on top of that, when it's in connection with a particular orisha that is for your grounding, and something else within that orisha breaks, you need to go sit and have a reading done from the godparent or Ifa, a Santero or a Santera, not a tarot. No. This is Ocha we talking about. You got to go to somebody in Ocha to have that read to find out why is it that Orisha is trying to get your attention. What is going on? There is no such thing as, just take this and put this there. And no, if it was one thing from the heat, maybe. And then I don't even see how that's possible, because that thing should be hollowed out, okay? This person knows what I'm talking about. So there should be no explosion of it, or whatever that thing happened to it. That's not a normal thing. Right. It's not normal. I have one of those in my house. If I go touch it, it's not like they just took it, shaved it, painted it, did whatever to it. No, there's no water in it. That should not happen, right? But to back it up and you're not paying attention, they pop the eleke tool. That's two warnings. It's for your grounding. That alone that's a flag for me. So, like I always say, hey Jess, I don't care what the human said. If you didn't divine on it and find out and let the letters hit to tell me what's what, I need them to tell me that everything's cool. I don't care what you said. I know that this happened and then this happened, and this is the same Marisha in my house that this is happening with. It shouldn't be happening.
Wake up.
Not both of them. No. So, I suggest you figure that out. You need a reading from Ocha or Ifa to figure that out. And I would suggest that you do it sooner rather than later.
Your grounding is critical. From there, everything else.
Yeah, without your grounding, come on, you all over the place. You can't even balance. You can't nothing. You in the stars. You loopy as hell. Well, not you, but the person whose it is loopy as hell. They can't folk like, no. Go figure that out. Had my Yemaya Eleke burst off me, beads everywhere. I ran straight to get my reading the next morning. Tell me, you can't just let that rock. That's not what's good.
That's not what they're there for. That's
right.
You don't just wear them to look at them and they're nice and pretty. Like
right.
They're protection.
Right. Those are your protections. Those are your talismans of protection. So when it breaks, what's good?
If the alarm in your house were to go off, would you just let it rock?
No, you going to check to see who's on my property.
Who's doing what?
Who done crept on my property? And that's what that Orisha's saying to you. What was
the only thing was like the non-growing mofos, having non-growing people in your life,
holding
up your own growth.
I had a young young lady hit me the other day to ask me if someone got... What did she ask me? Oh, someone asked her to come do something for her, and she's asking me if she should go do it. Go ask your ancestors. I don't know. Should you? Could you, but should you? Is it safe? Do you know what you're doing? Go ask your ancestors. Don't depend on me. It's so little about your practice, but I don't know if your ruler's hand breaks. That's a problem. It must be the same for the Elekes. Yeah, any of the Elekes, those are your talismans of protection. Period. That's why they're washed and all of that. That's why you can't buy them from the Botanica. You can't walk around with your big ass Elekwe in your purse all day. You break your back. So they give you the Elekes as your protection to walk with you. You know what I mean? So if one pops, that's a problem. Sometimes it's just to get your attention, like, yo, you're not paying me enough attention sometimes, but it's the double of what happened that makes me know that it's more than that. And if you have an Allegua, which you should, if you have that, if you know how to throw Obi, you should go over there and ask Allegua what's good. He gonna tell you.
That's the answer. Spirit knows even if you don't trust them.
Right. Come on, Paris, Hollywood. If it don't feel right, then that's your answer. Spirit knows even if you don't trust the process. Right.
That little twinge in your stomach, that little hair that goes up, your intuition, trust that.
When that person told you to do that and you was like, that shit don't sound right, that wasn't right. Look, stand on that. Go ask Allegua. Is he right? He gonna tell you no. Allegua don't care whether that person made it for you or not. He gonna tell you that no. Y'all have got to stop being so dependent on other people. You have got to realize that you're in charge of your life, your world, your everything. So if you are not, I can't drag, I can't push, I can't pull, I can't force. I can put it out there. You can decide to do it or not, and I'm out. Yeah, we have to focus on ourselves because people are beyond fake, just about done. Yeah, people fake as hell. And when you get through it and they put you through some stuff, you're going to be sitting there looking stupid and it's your fault. You know why? Because you ain't check them out. Nobody's listening to me. Nobody's talking to their ancestors. They calling this person instead of asking their own dead. Because there's nothing like being taught by your dead. The dead is going to tell you the real. The truth. They're going to tell you extra stuff and they're going to tell you some sauce just for you. Just for you and nobody else.
Oh, yeah.
Those repetitive thoughts, a whole week thinking of it out of nowhere. You gotta do something. That's a message, right? You gotta move. You gotta move. I don't care how slow or how fast you moving. Just please be moving and in the right direction.
And to my people in the 20s.
Right, because she's in her 20s.
Let me tell y'all something, man. We're all gonna, we don't demand, Spirit doesn't demand perfection, right? But it does demand your effort, and it does demand, at least for you to attempt consistency, right, and for you to have discipline, right? So there's gonna be some things that you want to do that seems fun, that seems lit, but you really don't need to be doing that. And you have to think about it in a grander scheme. If we're spiritual beings, when you go to see other people, you go to their houses, if they're not clean, guess what? If you wear white and you step in mud, you gonna get dirty. You gotta clean yourself extra hard. When you hang out with people who are low vibrating, that affects your vibration.
Right.
So you know what that means? That means once you leave there, you gotta do a whole nother reset on yourself to get yourself back to where you were. And how often do you really want to press the reset button? That's a lot of energy. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of cleaning.
Right.
Baby steps are still steps. Yes, they count for something. Spirituality is not a race. That's why it's a process. When you rush, you rob yourself.
Right. Accurate. When you rush, you run into things. When you go too slow, something runs into you. That means find your pace and stick to it. The universe will respond to what it is that you are doing. If you are consistent and steady forward in motion, then that's how bicycles start to roll. Right? Energy, right? Basic science. Right? Laws of nature. right?
Inertia is when something's in motion and its tendency to continue to be in motion.
Right.
So once you get yourself started, you got to keep that flow going.
Right. And it's got to be in a forward motion, upward motion. They know it be hard as F down here. They want you to give them what's possible. They know you're human. That's right. They know that you're human. What are you talking about, a feather, girl? Blackwater, I don't know what you're talking about, no feather. What feather?
Elaborate.
Right, they know that you're human and they see what you're working and when dealing with it, they also see the free time that you have, that you're not deciding to go and talk to them.
Yep.
But you on the internet looking up IG's feeds, right? And trying to see what everybody else is doing instead of worrying about what you're doing, right? You can't, especially if you're walking in a botanica already with a lost motive, they will take advantage. If it don't feel right, it ain't right. Listen closely to those little voices always. Oh, absolutely, they're gonna catch you in a botanica.
Absolutely.
That's why they got their little side thing set up over there for readings and dusty baths that been in the jar all month and sitting up there in the front of the store catching all the energy that come in and out of the store, and then they put it in a bottle and sell it to you, or you go home and wash your ass in it. I've seen them use that same shit and wash somebody some Alekes in the store. I just stood there and watched them. I ain't open my mouth. She rang them up. I watched her put them in the bag. In the liquid, she left the bag in a little bit of the liquid in the bag and put it and gave it to the lady. And I walked right out the store, mind my business. Can I get my candles, please?
All that dirt you putting on your neck.
I'm good. Y'all don't do that. Y'all know them people. Those are like fast food spirit. I don't want fast food spirituality. I'm good. I don't even eat fast food for my body. For my spirit, oh, you're wild. I need natural. All natural.
You can't take shortcuts to Ashe. Like,
No.
you need the herbs and the prayers and the incantation and those who've been blessed with that Ashe in order to make those protective beads. That has to do with energies that are outside of just humans when they do that.
Right. It be your favorites IG brujas that trying to get your coin but don't know what the fuck they saying. No, they faking. They ain't seeing nothing. You know why? Because they vibrating so low.
Right.
Only the people that vibrate low is on a paper chase like that. Y'all don't see me on here on no paper chase. You know why? Because Spirit makes sure that my pockets are safe and that this is extra for me if I so choose to do something through here.
Right. And
That's extra.
Right.
That's icing. They don't care about none of that other kind of stuff. You know why? Because I take care of them. So you can even come here sometimes and like just she come back, she be like, oh, can I give you something for helping me? And they be like, nah, we well taken care of. My people are way out. Listen, quid pro quo.
Yep. It's a balance.
It's a balance. They are well taken care of, so they take care of me. Healer feathers, I keep finding them. What kind of feathers are you finding? Go stick them somewhere. What you saying, nah, Just? Why your face look like that? What happened? What I missed? Yeah. Y'all, they people like they're fake. It's about the look of it. It's about the money. They snorting the likes like coke lines. Listen, I don't care about that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, I put that post up asking, why do you follow this page? Because you're learning. I don't care how loud I am, you're learning. Every time you talk to me, you're learning. I don't have to sit up here and pretend. I don't have to sit up here and fake. I don't have to sit up here. You're getting knowledge, you're getting wisdom, and you're learning, right? Are you being able to protect yourself? Are you being able to learn how to deal with your energies? Are you being able to learn how to connect with them? Are you able to do some things for yourself? Are you getting things that you can, I put up things that you can put in your recipes, spells, cleansing, all of that kind of stuff on your own. I didn't ask for $1 unless you asked for a reading.
By the way, the Ori post is also on her page.
Right, I sent it to the person that asked me to talk about Ori. I sent them a whole post with the prayers and everything for Ori. Right? That's how you know. I don't care about the picture. Listen, they can emulate, they can copy, they can't move until I move.
You can't copy purity of heart.
No.
Right, go ahead.
Girl, no.
You can't copy purity of heart. If that's the reason why it's a different energy where you come from a place where it's not of need, is that you can genuinely share with others. You can genuinely, that connection is pure in order to help other people grow.
Right.
That's the difference between I'm doing this because I need a bag. That's not the type of help that you want.
No. Because it ain't about the bag.
It's not a hustle.
No.
Your elevation is not a hustle. Your elevation, your life, where you're going is not up for sale.
Not at all. My spirit is not for sale.
True.
So I don't care what you offer me. If Ed gonna say no, it's a no from me, guys.
Negative.
I don't care about your coin. They're not for sale. Because if they don't like your energy, if they don't like where you going with it, they gonna tell me that too.
Try to ask some simple question on prayer and simple things to help yourself. They'd be like, book a reading, book a class, listen.
Right. They be wildin'. And anybody telling you to do some nasty shit with your menstrual cycle and all of that other kind of shit, I caution you to that person. What in the Sam hell is that? We don't do that. We don't do that. This is not like you burying your what you call that sack after somebody have a baby?
Amniotic?
No,
Amniotic sac?
whatever that sack is that I don't know, I don't have kids. That sack
No.
that they keep for the nutrients and stuff for the baby.
Placenta.
What, that's the placenta. This ain't the placenta. That's not what that is. That's different. So stop with the YouTube spirituality and then bringing it in and selling it to the people and got them over here jacking themselves up. When you really care about someone, you set them up to help themselves. People don't understand that. That's the real gift, and for that, I appreciate you so much. Thank you, Lion J. I need you guys empowered.
A real teacher empowers their students to take those lessons and live their lives.
Right.
But in a better way than they had been before. If you in the same spot that you've been in, you better start asking some questions. About
Right.
What's going on with your guidance.
Right.
How you... Well,
Yeah, no, go ahead. So spit. Spit.
you can't have a guidance class and you don't even have your own stuff set up.
You can't guide nobody if you're not right. And listen, it's not even about coming down on people. It's about, listen, you guys have to understand that there's nothing wrong with learning. You're supposed to want to learn. I do every day try to learn something else. The only thing I ask people is structure their practice. Don't be doing all the crazy shit you see on IG or the intent aspirate, obviously, but do the things in order in your practice. You're right. You have to. You can't be jumping all over the place. First of all, have your guys is probably like, we don't do that. We not giving you no ashe towards that, nor do we know what they're doing. Sit down, stupid. And you wonder why yours don't work. Because that's not how your people rock. Nah, it be mad people on here teaching spirituality, and I need your ego straight to help you decipher what info is good. That's right. Yeah. And that's why I always say ancestors first. There's a reason. Your ancestors is going to tell you, even when it's social media people that's trying to sell you some stuff, that it's all the way wrong. Hey, Rita. Yeah, they're going to tell you that. So that's why you need to have them in place so that they can even spark these internet folks. Y'all pay big money across the board to these internet people to give you nothing. You got a book full of spells. How many of those spells worked for you? Not when they did it. Not when they in there doing some extra shit behind the scenes that they ain't telling you about, because it's working for them because they using their people, but you don't know how to do your own for yours. That's why it's not working for you. You see the transparency, the truth, the consistency in which you repeat everything again and again and again to us. Thank you. You're welcome. Yes. Because you guys, nobody's getting it. Some people get it, but it's like, come on. I need you to do this. Because it makes a difference. And if it didn't make a difference, I wouldn't say it. And if it didn't make a difference, they would tell you about it. How about that? They just like the government. Y'all want to pop shit about the government and America this and America that. These bitches is doing the same shit. They tell you what you need to know. But they think you need to know. How you going to tell me what I need to know?
What kind of teacher limits information? What?
That's bullshit.
What happens when I get the real test and
Right.
you're not there?
Can I do it by myself? Can I hold myself down? Do I always have to depend on you to make sure that you got money in your pocket? No. Tell me what to do for myself. Here, now go do it. That's how we work around here. And in most cases, the real info where these traditions are concerned, this shit ain't free. Charity is very much a part of this, but the entitlement gotta stop. Yeah, y'all are... I put up things for questions, and somebody asked me about straight up reading. I was like, sis, at the Healing Healer will read you. Like, no, I don't, like, come on. College degrees and Target store products are not free. No. Tampons ain't free. Ketchup ain't free. Bread, water.
Milk.
Water ain't free. But
We
you
need
want
that.
me? I spent $300 at the liquor store today. Everybody got their liquor. Everybody, I went to the warehouse so that I made sure I didn't have to go back and buy no more because there's wild services that we got coming up and stuff, and I know that I'm gonna need the liquor, so I bought it today. I should pay for that, but I'm gonna sit here and spend 2 hours while you whine and cry on my phone for free? Would you? How about that? Do you?
Her readers are like, that's like a therapy session. It's like an added element to that. It's not only just utilizing the guidance from spirit, but it's also just real life knowledge, things to help you grow.
Y'all see what I give on here on a one-on-one? Come on. Don't waste my time. I done told y'all already about the 24-hour notification. If I book you, let me tell you something. For you to get to my elders, Arisha has had to come and say yes, or one of my Egoon has had to walk through this house and sit on the couch next to me and go, hey, stop acting stupid. Or they'll send Jess, and Jess will be like, Lenita, stop being so mean, and I'll be like, what? Other than that, I'm tight. You know why? Because y'all play too much. So if you do get the opportunity to get a Ifa and I get you through to the Babalaos to do something, you better get your ass there on that date that we scheduled it.
And that's another part of, if you're not ready for the commitment, don't make it.
Uber, Lyft, Metro North, all of that works. You know why I fuck with Jess? Jess didn't drive. That bitch would take a cab. That cab used to cost her stupid money. And I'm like, yo, I don't even understand how you doing it. She's like, they gonna make it work. I gotta come get this done. Her spirits would make sure that she had that to do that with. You know why? Because she was like, I don't care what I gotta do, I'm gonna do it. They was like, that's the energy we like. Here. Go over there. It didn't matter that she had to take the cab. She made every appointment she was supposed to make. She didn't matter. You miss one of those with me? Don't ask me why I'm leaving you on red, because I'm gonna read the message and I'm coming right on out of it. I'm not gonna respond. I'm just not. Sorry. Be serious. And don't fumble the ball. That is a real blessing. You fumble, and on that, good luck. That's right. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
That's like you getting a job opportunity or something like that, or a good blessing, and you just don't show up on the day of when you're supposed to show up to be seen for that blessing, for that interview.
Like, y'all don't gotta remember that I don't offer this to you. You came and said, listen, help me, please. I said, ugh, let me go ask. Allegra was like, yes, you will. And I was like, oh, okay. And then you fumbled the ball. So, Allegra was like, nah, I don't gotta listen to what, no, he ain't talking no more. He like, I'm out. That was the one. That's how that works. He ain't gonna bother me no more. Sure won't.
People be scared to face themselves, to face their own, where they're at, their own progression. If you can be okay and accept where you are in life and your path in growth, you won't be worried about the rest of the BS and the obstacles that come your way. I said,
Right. There are no obstacles. Everything is like something that I need to be jumping over. They call her, like, I turned into, what's his name, the runner? Hussein Bolt out this bitch. That's me. I'm jumping over all of that. You not going to stop nothing, because you have to remember, with growth, there are things that are going to put in place to stop you, to test you, to see, are you about it, or are you not? Because if my people see that you're not about it, they like, get her out of here. Get her out of here. No weak chains in this fence. Obedience. The elders would never tolerate disobedience. Don't think shit sweet these days. No. At all. Y'all see all these young people on here doing this stuff. I tell y'all, I look young. I'll be 45 soon. Real soon. It doesn't even matter.
Melanin.
Right. This is the melanin, good living, and me not fucking people over. This is me from a pure heart and a pure spirit. That's why I don't have wrinkles. That's why, I don't have kids either, which is probably one of the bigger things. But I don't do people wrong. You know what I mean? I don't treat people wrong. My soul is pure. You know, I'm rough than a motherfucker, but it's from love. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I want everybody to win. I want all of y'all to win. I want everybody to fly. I want everybody to grow. And I want everybody to find their own individual power. Because when you find your own individual power, you find your own individual footing. And then everything that's ordained and blessed and anointed for you is yours. And yours alone. And can't nobody take that from you. I want you armed with that. I don't want to cage no birds. Who does that? Someone who needs the other person. I don't need you people for this type of stuff. I want it for you. There's a difference. I got it anyway. I'm trying to share. Black people, y'all ain't used to sharing no more. And then I get aggravated, and this may strike a few chords, but I don't care because the truth is the truth. This is an African-based system, and you blacks are so busy with your nose up each other's asses trying to hate on this one and that one that the Spanish people is taking over our shit. And I'm over it. I'm trying to help y'all reclaim something here. You in or you out?
You wonder when you go to get help, it's usually from like a spiritismo who is Spanish.
Right.
Or
and then,
somebody in the system who is
Spanish. And then y'all mad because y'all don't speak the language. Well, if you got on it when you were supposed to get on it while it's coming in English, hello? You might learn something.
And there's nothing wrong with people.
And no, there ain't nothing wrong. Listen, they held it down. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have half of the stuff that has been transitioned from then to now. So I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with it. I bangs with them. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee I better see some more brown faces up in this joint. I know that. I know if you want that real, y'all better come up in there, because that's when the real's going to come out the back of y'all lineage.
Right.
The ones that died and bled for it. The ones that started it. The ones that know the real shit. The ones that know shit that don't nobody else know, because they don't tell everybody everything.
Right.
Understand that. They've been had the ancestors stuff down, but it should be a part of their tradition. Oh my God, please check your DM because I'm here for all of this. Yes. Y'all better get with the program. Y'all so busy worrying about Gucci, Fendi, Louis, WAP, and all kinds of other dumb shit that don't matter. And they taking over. And you wonder why you gotta go to them to get information about your own traditional spiritual systems. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. So do you vote? Blackwater, if you don't go and go clean your head. Just get up. Oh, boy. Go clean your head. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all gonna ask me about me voting? Y'all will look at who they put on the TV and never look at the actual ballots. I told y'all the last election, there was an African man that was running on that ballot and nobody voted for him at all whatsoever. Y'all ain't know shit about this man. This man had been in politics for years. Nobody even looked at him, but because he wasn't on the news and on social media, nobody knew that he was on this ballot. I voted for him. I think it was the Green Party or some shit like that. I don't know. A lot of people still focus on white Jesus too. Don't forget all about the ancestors. Yeah, because listen.
First of all, they got half of that from us anyway.
I was typing wash your head right as you said it. Yeah, she said go clean your head. Yes. Ask me why do I vote. What the hell that got to do with any of this? I want y'all to find y'all roots. And a lot of Hispanics don't teach the importance of ancestors either through ignorance or they don't want to teach 100% the truth. Right. They don't, I'm Dominican, I don't even speak Spanish. That's why I love it. I'm listening like Auntie from
She loves
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you. Listen, it is a way of control, right? Because, girl, you be all over the place. Yeah, it is a way of control. When your ancestors are taken care of and you are solidified within your foundation, it halts a lot of the bullshit that they try to have you do within these houses, right? Your ancestors are strong enough to step forward and step in the way of a lot of things when it comes to these people trying to do things to you that they should not be doing. Anything that is not right and that the ancestors are peeping, if they're not strong, they can't do much. If they're strong, then it's a problem for them, and then they lose their control over you, which is what a lot of them want, right? So that's the problem. This is why you go in there with them already in line,
right,
already strong, so that because listen, some of these houses, these women that run the houses, mostly women, right? They run the houses. Some of them are intuitive. Some of them are not. So it'll take them forever. Those ones that, oh, don't worry about it, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Watch those. Western religion lost their traditions when the elders died, right? And don't nobody know their elders no more. Don't nobody go to talk to their grandparents no more. I've gotten so many questions about elders and stuff, and people whose elders be alive, I've been like, how about you go down south and see your grandmother and ask her some questions? It's the craziest thing. Those head washes are popping. So please take 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9.
whatever it takes to get you right.
Whatever it takes, right. So we have to be more diligent in the things that we say that we want. When we know that something is for us, we know that this is ours, we know that this is something that is innate within your DNA, and all it requires for you to do is to activate it in order for you to connect with that lineage, that person, that energy who did this, or this, and you have the knowledge within your lineage, within your blood. Yo, I told y'all the other time I was on live about me doing things with electronics and just putting stuff together that I am not that person, but somebody in my line is. Not to mention Zadavanders, my father, no goon straight close to me. So anything with metal works, I can do that shit. I don't know how. I ain't took no class for it. I never tried nothing. I don't know how. I don't know how. I used to like to open VCRs and take the screws out, open them up, take them, look them out, all that other kind of stuff. So but they show me. All I gotta do is touch it. They show me.
Saying like when they ask it,
Every time I ask an elder, they don't want to tell me nothing. They get right. They get tight. That shouldn't be an elder then. An elder should be teaching you. An elder should be, you should be able to stand on your own 2 feet. What if that elder dies? What are you supposed to do? You know nothing. The elder's job is to teach you. Not to keep you underfoot. Not to keep you under thumb. None of that. They are supposed to be teaching you. Why? Because if you are in that person's house, then there is a road for you to be crowned or whatever it is, initiated into something within that line. That's why you are there. So how are you preparing yourself for that? That's what they're supposed to be doing. Tell your elders you're trying to confirm things you saw on Ancestry. Don't bring spirituality into it if they are closed-minded. I was just thinking about how my sperm donor used to mess with herbs and how my mom's side is psychic and created me family-wise. My mom used to yell at me thinking I was messing up the TVs and wires for the cable. When you say your elders don't want to teach you, are you talking about your family member, or are you talking about like a house elder? Like you're part of a spiritual house? Because if it's your family, you got to go to that one auntie that don't nobody mess with. She the one that's going to tell you. Family members. They don't want to tell you about your bloodline. Yes. Names. Do you have names, right? Because as long as you are a are you in if you're in the country, right, in the United States, when who died, she had been dead for like 100 years, I don't even know. I just had to go to NewYorkCity.gov records, something like that, and I had to pay $12 for death and birth certificates. I put in for both, and I got them for my great grandmother. And then when I got the certificate, it gave me, I got her death certificate. So it gave me her parents' information as well as who signed off on the death certificate, which was her sister. So I didn't have to talk to my family to get that little bit of information. I now had their names, so I could do backwards research on who was who, right? Are you both in the same spiritual house? Who? Me and my sister? Wait, what are we talking about? Ask an elder and they swear it's a Catholic thing, but fam, you lighting candles, praying, getting readings, and getting clean seem more than just Catholic to me. Oh, it's absolutely more than just Catholic. However, just go in there and get them names and them pictures and all of that and go on, mind your business, and don't even tell them what you're doing it for. Getting family records from Cuba. That's from immigration papers. I don't know about across the water, steady. But I suggest you go with the ones that you do know and start lifting them up, because the ones that you don't know will come in like, where's my light? Where's my water? I want in on this. Yeah. They will. So the ones that you do know, you start with them. And you always say that I do this for the ancestors who blood run through my veins. That way everybody get a little bit, and it'll start pulling these other ones in. And if you grow more within your spiritual walk and you start doing, like ever go for divination or misa or anything like that, you're going to be strengthening them, you know?
Is milk I can't tap into it.
Yeah. We've got to get our routines together. Go visit grandma, see if anyone will pull out old photo books, and the people who have passed on or the ones you don't know, ask who they are. Be creative. Right, that's how I always tell y'all to do it that way. Go bust out them photo albums and start looking and saying who that, you know. Then go ask somebody for some water and bust out your cell phone and take a picture of the picture and go print it out at CVS for $1 a picture. I did it online. All you got to do is have the picture on your phone. You download CVS.com and upload that picture. They will print that joint out and have it to you in like 3 days. You know, now you know. If they in the book and they not in a jumpsuit from prison, go get that. If you can't have a display, if you live with these people, you get a photo album and start making your ancestral album, right? And when you want to pray to them, you open out that ancestral album and put it up and do what you do with your candle on your water. And when you're finished, if you have to put it away, you put it away. They know. You talk to them. You tell them. Right? Who that? Who this looking like this over here in this picture? Don't even, joke it out. Ooh, look at her. She's sharp. Look at these shoes. Who that? Who was sharp like that? Where she get them shoes from? Who had money? Y'all had money? That's how you got to talk to them. They'll start chatting. Take stuff that they like. Whoever you going to talk to, they like candy, take it. They like beer, take it. They like wine, take it. They like cake, take it. And before you go, you talk to your ancestors and say, listen, I'm going to mommy and I'm going to talk to her and she ain't listening. So make her tell me. Sweeten up. Help me out. I need some information on y'all. Right. Y'all need this light. Y'all need this elevation. Work with me. Y'all see I'm trying. Help me. They gonna do. Watch her start talking. She may give you 2 or 3, and then she gonna shut it down. That's all right. Next time. I got 2 or 3 now, though.
Right.
I'm gonna work with that. Y'all gotta remember that everything is not gonna happen in one-shot deal. Spirituality is not a one-shot deal. The life ain't a one-shot deal. Nothing. So don't think that this is gonna be a one-shot deal. This is work. This is part of it. Figuring it out. Figuring it out. How can I make this work for how I need it to work for me? All I'm trying to do is find my people. That's one of the easiest things. I'm reaching for y'all. Help me reach y'all. They're going to be like, hold up. Something is going to come out of that. And you have to have faith that it will. You have to have faith that it will. If you have no faith in what you're doing or you're asking, nothing in your life will ever work out. You got to be doing it for the right reasons. And then you have to be continuous with them.
Right. Because they will throw a test in there.
Right. Figuring it out does bring the wisdom, because this world is chess. You have got to plan your steps and your footing within every step you take within this walk, within this life. And if you're not planning out simple things on how to get information, how do you think that you're going to progress so far in this shitty place without having mental stamina, clarity, wisdom, and knowledge? Yeah, I don't do the book thing to elevate ancestors. That's not anything that I do. I've told y'all this before. We do prayer, we do song, we do masses at churches, things of that nature. We do full family services. We do full family dinners and functions designated strictly for the ancestors, which elevates them. We do feedings, we do all of that kind of stuff, which helps them to elevate. I've never had to go through the steps of doing anything with books and none of that other kind of stuff. We take it straight to the source and give them sangre. And if you try everything and nobody talks, or you couldn't find anything, pray. Pray for them to show up. They will come. Trust me. It has happened to me many times with spirit, right? These are the closest ones to you. They are your bloodline. Somebody gonna break through. As long as you're giving them the opportunity to do so. How are we doing that? We're keeping our bodies clean spiritually. We're keeping our heads clean. We're keeping our thoughts pure. When I say pure, I mean you're not trying to kill nobody, right? You thinking about good stuff. Not how can I jerk this nigga to pay for my car note. Like, no, not that kind of stuff. You got to vibrate at the right frequency to hear when they're talking. Even when you feel like the world is against you, you have thousands of answers behind you waiting on you to step and elevate, right? And they holding you up. Because you should have crashed and burned a long time ago, and you haven't. You're still here. So you having another opportunity and been given another chance for you to get it right and to get on your job. The fact that you're still here alone is the point of saying that they are still giving you an opportunity. There is always an opportunity. Every passing second is the opportunity to turn it all around. Don't count yourself out. If you count yourself out, then what are we doing?
They will too.
They will too, and it'll never happen. You won't manifest anything except for heartache, pain, and you being stuck. And there's nothing worse than the spirit that's stuck and don't want to be stuck no more, but you as the person haven't found your way through, so you're just angry at the world. But you're not really. You're just being a bitch to everybody else, but you're really mad at yourself because you're not ready for the growth. And you wasn't ready for what you said you was ready for. When you realize all of the responsibility that came with it, now you lashing out at everybody else. Nah, ma, that's you. Yes, they will. I got black and white photos texted to me the other day from my mom. Pray to them and they will answer. That's right. That's right. Pay attention to the spiritual me person. Because I am me, I, me, ah, he, ah, ooh. Who cares? Go help somebody.
Right.
What are you talking about? You what? How does that person help themselves to get to where you allegedly are? Stories are very pretty. Give me the backstory. I want the backstory. We've got to learn to stand on our own 2 feet. We've got to learn to investigate people. We've got to learn to be steadfast and immovable. And until you do that, you are not going to get where you want to be in your spiritual walk. 14 seconds remaining. We finished? Yeah. I thank you all for spending your time here. I will save this, and I'll take questions again for the next live. Peace and blessings.
Good night.